All right, welcome back everyone to the deep dive. We're diving into the world of FHIR today.
FHIR.
Fast healthcare interoperability resources.
You gotta say it with a bit more.
FHIR.
That's it. More enthusiasm when you're talking about FHIR. It deserves it.
You know, I get a little self-conscious when I'm talking about
FHIR.
FHIR.
No, embrace it. FHIR's exciting stuff. It's changing how we share healthcare data. It's the future.
It is. It really is. And that's kind of why we're doing this deep dive. We came across this, well, honestly, it was a plea for help from a developer who ran into a pretty frustrating limitation with FHIR servers.
Oh yeah, this is a common pain point. People get so excited about the potential of FHIR, the idea of easily pulling up all this related health data with one query, and then bam, they hit a wall.
A wall of limited results.
Exactly.
So to kind of set the stage, we're talking about querying FHIR servers, right? Like, and you need to grab a patient's encounters, observations, procedures, all that jazz.
Yep. All those related resources, all nicely linked together. And FHIR has these parameters, include and re-include, specifically designed for this kind of thing.
Yeah, those sounded pretty slick, you know, when I was reading up on them.
Yeah.
You can pull all those related resources in a single query.
Yeah, in theory. And that's what makes this limitation so frustrating. You'd think, okay, FHIR is all about interoperability, easy data retrieval, this should be a breeze. But then you try to get, say, all the observations related to a set of encounters, and the server just gives you a fraction of what you need.
Yeah, that's what our developer friend ran into. They were trying to retrieve 20 encounters with all the related observations, which you would think is a perfectly reasonable request.
Absolutely. You need that full context for a patient's health journey.
But instead of getting all the data, they got an error message. Include result was truncated. Only 100 observations were returned.
Ouch. Yeah, that's got to be frustrating, especially when you're on a deadline and need that data to, analyze the effectiveness of a treatment or something.
Exactly. And this wasn't some obscure FHIR server. This was Microsoft Azure, a major player.
Yeah, and it's not a mug. It's a documented feature.
Which makes it even more frustrating. If it's intentional, why is it designed this way?
Performance, most likely. Think about it. These servers are dealing with massive amounts of data. Pulling in every single connected resource for a complex query could bring the whole system to a crawl.
So it's this trade-off between getting everything you need and keeping things running smoothly.
Right. And for the server providers, it's a tough balancing act. But for developers and data analysts, it's a major headache.
Yeah, the source talks about having to break down these queries into multiple steps, then manually matching up the results. It sounds incredibly tedious.
It is, and imagine the impact on business users, the people who rely on this data for making critical decisions about patient care. They might be looking at incomplete data and not even know it.
Which is pretty scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
You're making decisions based on a sliver of the information.
Exactly. And that brings us to the real heart of this issue, I think. Our developer friend in the source put it really well. Include and re-include either work or they don't. Either support them or don't.
It's a pretty powerful statement.
It is. It highlights the disconnect between the promise of FHIR and the reality of these limitations.
So what can be done? Is the FHIR community just ignoring this issue?
No, not at all. There's a lot of discussion around solutions. Pagination is one idea that's being explored. Instead of trying to dump everything at once, the server delivers the results in smaller, manageable chunks.
Kind of like pages in a book.
Exactly. And another approach is asynchronous query processing. The results are delivered in the background without blocking other operations. It's like ordering something online and getting it delivered later instead of waiting in line at the store.
So the user can continue working without their system grinding to a halt.
Exactly.
That's pretty neat. So it sounds like there's hope on the horizon.
There is. The FHIR community is definitely aware of this issue and working on solutions. But it's a complex challenge and there's no easy fix.
Well, that's something for everyone listening to ponder. Imagine you're designing the next generation of FHIR servers. How would you tackle this issue? How would you balance the need for comprehensive results with the need for performance? It's a tough question, but it's one that's critical to the future of FHIR and healthcare data exchange.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's exciting to see how this all unfolds. FHIR has so much potential, and I'm sure we'll see some innovative solutions emerge as it continues to evolve.
And we'll be here to cover it every step of the way. Until next time, happy data diving, everyone.